Excuse me, sir, what are you guys arresting her for?
A whole other charge.
A warrant out for what?
Sorry?
A warrant for what, sir?
There's a warrant for her. Right, please. You gonna report me the whole way?
The whole way, beautiful.
Why?
You're a big star.
I'm thinking I'm arguing about something I was. That just found out it's a picture of, bro. You're up. Here. Come here. Bro.
Just like y'all should just doing.
You're a fucking goof who drank your baby. And
Oh my God.
You drank your baby to the grave.
Make me mod. Make me
That's
mod.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it for my family. Yeah, we may mess up on the way. I need y'all to pray for me. I don't need y'all to pass judgment. Please keep your opinions to yourself. For real.
It all started with a live stream that sent the internet into a frenzy. One moment, Chrisean Rock is casually chatting with Blueface on Twitch. The next, viewers are freaking out in real time. Why? Because right in the middle of her live stream, with cameras rolling and fans tuned in, she asked someone to take her baby, her actual infant son, outside to the car. Now, anyone watching probably thought, okay, maybe she's wrapping up the stream, maybe this is quick. But then it hit people. It was the middle of a heat wave. We're talking triple-digit temperatures, sun blazing, air thick with humidity. And this child, barely a toddler, was left alone in that car while Chrisean kept chatting it up like nothing was wrong. The baby's cries could literally be heard from outside. Twitch staff on site tried to step in, hinting she should go check, but Chrisean didn't budge. She stayed seated, deep in her convo, while the heat outside kept rising. It wasn't until the child started coughing, from crying so hard in that oven-like car, that she finally got up. And by then, the damage was already done. Viewers couldn't believe what they were seeing. This wasn't just a parenting slip-up. To fans, it looked like recklessness caught in 4K. But here's the thing. This wasn't the first time people had concerns about how she was handling motherhood. Not even close. In fact, what most didn't know at the time, CPS had already been watching. And this live stream? It was just the match that lit the fuse.
It's a different demon. 2, I did not leave my child in no freaking car. He was outside where everybody was standing. It was multiple people sitting around his stroller, waiting for me to get off the phone. Cause my child father is over here being demonic, don't want to support me, don't want to do nothing, don't want to send me nothing. He talking about sitting in the house. Because, what? I have a great support system. I have help. I have Pastor Mike. I have Tim Bone. I can name. I have Arissa. I have a lot of support that's there for my son. I don't have to pay for anything. Diapers, wipes, clothes, you name it. No, I'm not homeless. That's the other thing. Stop. Y'all weird. Especially that whole side. Y'all never cared for my son. What the heck? First it wasn't his. Y'all kept saying that. First it wasn't his. Then it was he's retarded. Then it was that. Y'all kept saying he was.
So while that livestream had everyone online hitting the panic button, what most people didn't realize is that Child Protective Services had been watching Chrisean for months. Quietly, patiently, and seriously taking notes. This wasn't just a sudden reaction to a viral moment. They had a file. A thick one. According to sources close to the situation, the livestream was just the final straw in what had been a long pattern of concern. There were reports of her partying during pregnancy, videos where bottles were front and center, and a home environment that fans kept calling out as unsafe. But CPS didn't move off speculation alone. They waited, they monitored, and when they finally pulled up for a welfare check, they didn't come empty-handed. They came with backup, paperwork, and a purpose. What they reportedly walked into? Let's just say it made everything people had been whispering about online suddenly feel very real. The house, allegedly, was in no condition for a baby. Items that could have seriously put a child at risk were left out in the open. Bottles of who knows what scattered around. No attempt to clean up. No sign of preparation, like the visit wasn't even expected. And here's where it got worse. When agents asked her about the concerning stuff being within reach of the child, Chrisean allegedly brushed it off. said something along the lines of, "He can't even crawl yet." Like that somehow made it okay. That answer stunned people. Because not only did it come across as dismissive, but it also accidentally revealed something fans had been speculating about for a while, that her son might be dealing with some developmental challenges. And just like that, what was once internet gossip turned into something much more serious. CPS wasn't playing anymore. They made the call right there and then. Junior was removed from her care on the spot. And from that moment forward, the situation spiraled fast.
Them mother drank and smoked while they was pregnant. That's why they're so angry. Because who the fuck is angry? You supposed to be angry at them that did this. Not, that's the reason why you don't find it to be angry is because you did it. Then y'all want to hop on here talking about I'm talking about my grandbaby. No, I'm talking about the trifling mammy. Now, please don't get me started because I done already repented.
Now, here's where the story takes a wild left turn. Because what really set the internet on fire wasn't just the live stream or even the CPS raid. It was what Chrisean said during that investigation. When asked about the dangers in her home, instead of acknowledging the issue or showing concern, she reportedly doubled down, saying her son couldn't reach anything because, quote, "he can't walk or crawl yet." And that one line, it exploded online. People weren't just shocked, they were heartbroken. Because that comment wasn't just dismissive, it confirmed what many had quietly suspected for months, that Junior might be facing some real developmental challenges. Up until that point, it was mostly whispers. People wondering why he didn't seem to be hitting milestones, speculating in comment sections, trying not to be judgmental but still asking questions. Then boom, Chrisean's own words gave it away. And suddenly, all those concerns didn't feel like gossip anymore. It felt like the truth had just slipped out. What made it even more intense was how quickly people dug up old clips and interviews, where she used to shut down any talk about her son's condition immediately. She didn't want the conversation happening at all. But now, she was saying it like it was nothing, almost like she thought mentioning it would help her avoid consequences. And that rubbed people the wrong way. A lot of fans started saying she was using her son's struggles as a shield, trying to play the sympathy card instead of taking accountability. And honestly, that might have been the moment everything shifted. Before that, people were divided. Some still wanted to defend her, others were worried but unsure. But after that statement, even her supporters started falling back. And as more people started replaying old footage with new eyes, it became clear there were warning signs everywhere.
I can call you later so you can do what you gotta do.
No, you don't gotta call me later. I just don't want to argue. You can stay on the phone.
I guess you busy, so I'm gonna call you later.
Huh? I'm not busy at all.
Yeah, I guess you busy, so I'm gonna call you later.
I'm not even busy.
Okay. You're busy right now.
I'm not busy at all. I'm not busy. I'm not busy. I'm about to put a baby in the car. Is that okay? Do you mind taking him to the car? Thank you.
You mind taking him to the car? Thank you.
Let's go! Here I come, Papa! Hey! It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to the dentist. Don't come? Okay. Well, is Jack coming?
Jack's driving.
Y'all act like that. Y'all don't even know what's going on. I'm not putting my child in the camera. Y'all keep saying, attend to my baby. I am attending to my baby. That's why I have certain people here tell me attend to my baby while I'm working. I'm not gonna keep, you know? So, all that, put prayer in hands, y'all. Everybody that loves me in the chat.
By the time CPS made their move, the internet had already done most of the heavy lifting. Clips, posts, lives, there was a full digital trail, and fans didn't even have to dig that deep. It was all out in the open. People started stitching together timelines, resurfacing moments that had once been brushed off as just drama, but now felt a lot more serious. Like the time Chrisean brought her newborn to a loud concert, no headphones, no support, just pure chaos with a baby in the middle of it all. Or when she live-streamed herself in the middle of arguments, holding the baby like a prop while the room was anything but calm. And it didn't stop there. The real kicker came from pregnancy footage. Videos where she openly admitted to drinking, laughing off warnings from friends, even joking that she could end the pregnancy whenever she wanted. Those moments hit different now. It wasn't edgy anymore. It was eerie. And then there were the claims from Blueface. He said she smoked on the way to the hospital. Said she cared more about going to shows than taking a break for the baby's sake. At the time, people dragged him, said he was being messy, trying to embarrass her. But now, some of those same people were saying maybe he was trying to sound the alarm. And the medical stuff? That's where things really got heated. According to Blueface and a few others close to her, Chrisean allegedly refused to get her son the surgery he needed for a hernia as a newborn, delayed doctor visits, dodged evaluations, and when a friend stepped up to offer help, someone whose literal job is working with kids who have developmental delays, Chrisean reportedly shut it down, just straight up said no. And the excuse? No one really knows. But all of it stacked up. And the more people looked, the more it seemed like this wasn't just a messy situation. It was neglect hiding in plain sight.
Janet, why didn't you convince her to help Junior? I did. My cousin is a specialist. I did the best I could. My cousin works with autistic children. She works one-on-one with all kinds of children. It don't matter if you're autistic, if you're not, if you're regular children, we offered the help as much as we can. My cousin literally has her BA in all of this. It's when people are in denial of stuff, it's you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality. I get.
Once the story hit full speed, the backlash came hard and fast. And it wasn't just fans chiming in anymore. Celebrities, influencers, even people who had once defended Chrisean started calling it like they saw it. One of the biggest reactions came from My Slaughter, who didn't hold back. She posted that Junior hadn't seen a pediatrician in almost a year. Not a month, a year. And she didn't stop there. She claimed there wasn't even a father listed on the birth certificate, that the baby was born at a birthing center instead of a hospital, and that basic follow-up care just never happened. It was the kind of post that made people stop scrolling. Suddenly, this wasn't about messy live streams or internet drama. This was about real consequences. Health, development, safety, all being questioned. And what made it worse? Manice wasn't the only one speaking up. Former friends, family members, even Blueface's ex started backing up the story. They weren't name-dropping just to stir the pot. They were coming with details, timelines, even screenshots. And while some people still tried to say it was all just clout chasing, the bigger picture was starting to come together. And it wasn't pretty. Fans who had once rooted for Chrisean as the underdog were now asking how things got this far without someone stepping in sooner. Comments turned brutal. "She's not taking care of that baby," one person wrote. "He's got real medical needs, and she's acting like he's a toy for livestream views." Harsh? Maybe. But when you stack it all together, the live footage, the alleged neglect, the medical concerns, the baby's reported delays, it's no surprise people were sounding the alarm louder than ever. And just when you thought it couldn't get more heartbreaking, the next twist dropped. Because with everything falling apart around her, there was still one question left. If CPS took the baby, who was going to take him in?
Yeah, I woke up today knowing I don't want a child no more. I don't want no kid no more. I don't think I want to be a Blueface girlfriend.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just gonna get no liquor.
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No, you can do it because it's cold.
So here's where things got even more gut-wrenching. You'd think that once CPS removed Junior from Chrisean's care, a family member would step in. An aunt, a cousin, maybe even Blueface's parents. But that's the part that caught everyone off guard. Nobody came forward. Not from her side, not from his. And when the report started circulating that CPS had no family placement lined up, the internet went from outraged to stunned. It turns out Chrisean's relationship with her own family has been rocky for a while. Public beefs, messy live videos, and falling outs that made it clear certain bridges had already burned. As for Blueface's side, let's just say things weren't exactly calm there either. Remember that chaotic courtroom clip where both his mom and dad were arguing over who should take the baby? That wasn't just a dramatic moment for the cameras. It was a preview of exactly how little support there really was. When it came time to actually step up and take responsibility for Junior, nobody did. So CPS had no choice. They had to place him into their system, and that's where things got really complicated. Because Junior isn't just any child. According to multiple people close to the situation, he may have unique medical needs, rumors of developmental delays, possibly some physical challenges, and no clear history of consistent medical care. That makes placement especially tough. Foster care is already a complicated world, but for a toddler who might need special attention and has no confirmed care plan, that's a whole new level of urgency. And while some fans were relieved that he was finally out of a risky environment, others were heartbroken, knowing how uncertain the road ahead could be. The truth is, no one wanted to see it come to this. But now, here we are, with a child removed, no family stepping up, and a mother suddenly forced to face the one thing she never saw coming: complete isolation.
What hurt? Let me tell you what hurt. When you told me get rid of the babies and then have a baby with a not even with. That's what really hurt. Are you listening?
With everything spiraling so fast, Chrisean suddenly finds herself in a spot nobody, maybe not even she, saw coming. Her son is gone. CPS has opened an official case. And the legal pressure? It's real. Word on the street is that she's facing formal charges tied to child endangerment. And once that paperwork starts moving through the system, it doesn't stop easily. The vibe around her has shifted too. A lot of the internet that once hyped her up as unbothered or real is now stepping back. Fans who used to root for her are watching from a distance, torn between sympathy and frustration. And the court of public opinion? Brutal. There's this constant debate happening now. Was this all a product of immaturity and chaos spiraling out of control? Or has Chrisean been making excuses for way too long? Some people are saying she never got the support she needed as a new mom and was thrown into parenthood without a stable foundation. Others? They think she used motherhood as leverage in a relationship that was already broken, and when that didn't work, the effort faded. Meanwhile, she's dropping lives and stories, still speaking out, but it's different now. The tone feels defensive, scattered, almost like she's trying to rewrite the narrative as it unfolds. And through it all, there's this question that keeps coming up. Is there still time for her to turn things around? Because with the legal side heating up, custody on the line, and the public watching her every move, one wrong step could seal the deal. Her only real shot now? A serious legal team, a full lifestyle reset, and showing the courts that she's capable of creating a safe, stable life for her child. But even then, it might not be enough. Because as much as people love a redemption story, this one's got a lot of damage to undo. So now the question isn't just what's happening to Chrisean, it's what happens next. Can she really bounce back from all this? Or has the damage already gone too far? Some folks are saying this was long overdue, that CPS finally did what needed to be done. Others think she's being unfairly judged because she's young, in the spotlight, and still figuring it out. But where do you stand? Was this all just one giant wake-up call? Or are we watching a slow-motion fall that could have been prevented? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. Should she get a second chance? Or has that time passed? And if you want the realest breakdowns with none of the fluff, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a twist. Because if you thought this was the end of the story, trust me, it's only getting started.